evening, and welcome to the inauguration of Freetown Pitch Night. I'm Angela Betancourt, and I'll be your MC this evening. I'd like to take this moment for a brief silent prayer. Thank you all for coming out tonight. It's never been a better time to have an entrepreneurial event such as this one in Freetown. Freetown Pitch Night is about showcasing the entrepreneurship talent we have in Sierra Leone, and it's about connecting these entrepreneurs to the mentors, advisors, and experts that can help them grow their business. This event is also about increasing collaboration between these entrepreneurs to enable business growth in the country. Tonight's event is in association with Sensi Tech Hub, the Global Entrepreneurship Network, Impact Hub, Benamix, Sierra Leone Opportunities for Business Action, which is SOBA, and SOBA iLabs. So a big thank you to all of you for being a part of this project. Each entrepreneur will present for up to 5 minutes, and following that there'll be a Q&A and feedback session for up to 5 minutes. We encourage you, the audience, to ask questions about their business or offer constructive criticism that can help them improve their pitch. Following these pitches, we're going to hear from two of the partners in association with this event tonight. And following that, we're going to have a brief conversation with Dr. Zed Bassoum from Benamix. And we will close the evening with an open bar. So let's get started. Our first entrepreneur is Hannah Tarawali of Coffee Couriers. Coffee Couriers is a coffee roasting and catering service. And let's give her a round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Hannah Tarawali, the CEO of Hannah's Coffee Couriers. I want to share my experience on how I started my business. I'm doing Sierra Leone local coffee. I started a business in 2013 September with a small scale, starting with hot coffee, selling coffee to office like GLZ, Oxfam, IRC. So we started it with two of us going around offices. We have about all our equipment, so we have a menu, we go there and then sell our coffee. So from that stage, so we decided, because of a lot of by then we have been using the imported coffee. So we decided, because our customers were grumbling and said, oh, this coffee is not good, it's not strong. So then I said, okay, let me start processing our own Sierra Leone coffee, homemade. So I buy the coffee from Kono, as you can see here, the pictures of how we do it. We from the cups, the coffee, and then roast it and then grind it. You can see the African wrappers. That's how we start from the cups. So we went to start packaging. So we use the African wrapper. What we are doing today is that we have improved and we have taken another step, another level. We started it from African wrappers with hot cup and coffee. Now we have gone to, we are doing this, and we are using a UK bags. So from there, we start distributing the coffee to supermarkets. So we do it at Adnan, Freetown supermarket at Riverfalls, and so on. So they start having the coffee on their shelf. So this is how we start. We going. That's how we are going today. And we have farmers. We have the farmers where we buy the coffee also. And we have the grind coffee, and we have also the whole beans, the ground. As you can see, we buy coffee and we have a lot of sales. We have a lot of customers. Our customers increase to 200 customers who buy our coffee, and we employ. This is what we are going to do in the future. So we want to buy 200 coffee from the household. We want to increase what we want to do in the future. We want to increase our employment. We want to employ more youths in Sierra Leone. So we want to enlarge and also have a coffee shop along Wilkinson Road, like a point where a lot of people will go there and buy. Then we also want to improve the packaging of coffee. Like you're seeing, the packaging is not that too good, so we want to improve it so it will make very attractive to customers. How do we get there? That's my question. Additional of raw coffee, because not that easy to get coffee from the farmers. We have a lot of Lebanese who are going to buy the coffee from the farmers and export it. So it's difficult to get the coffee from the farmers. So that's my question. So how we get the raw coffee and suppliers and marketing and packaging experts? That's also my question. The retail business advisor. Also, where I want to have a coffee shop, because now I'm doing is a mobile business. People will call me and then go right to the door and supply, give them what they need. So I want to have a coffee shop along Freetown. And I also want to start exporting, because I know I've done it. I supply Germans with 20 kilo of coffee. And I know I'm going, and I'm going to move, and I'm going higher. So that's my question, and that's my team. Thank you very much for listening to me. You can contact me.
Higher. Love it. Thank you so much, Hannah. Do we have any questions for Hannah? Any constructive feedback for her? Any questions, anyone? Yes, gentleman in the back.
So you're talking about you having challenges with the foreigners like the Lebanese, as you said, and having the coffee. I was just thinking, why have you sort of having your own farm that you can harvest, like I'm doing? I'm having a pepper plantation in Tama, so like I had competition rice buying pepper. So what I did was, like, I have my own small farm where I now plant and harvest my pepper, so I don't really have competition on that side. So I suggest you do the same.
Okay, thank you very much. I will try this. So sure, I have the contact of the direct farmer, and sure, December we go there. Sure, that's the time of the harvesting of the coffee. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. That's brilliant, you're selling to the shops. How did you do that? Did you enlist an agent, or did you go in there to speak to the shop buyers? And are you increasing the sales to the shops kind of every month?
Thank you very much for your question. Yes, I go there myself. Talk to the manager and said, hi, hello, how are you? My name is, and I introduce myself, my business, and have sample, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing. Have 2 samples of my coffee. And then maybe order the coffee and say, oh, I say, well, try it. Some people say, oh, I don't want to have it. I say, no, just try it. Just put it on your shelf and you will see a lot of. Then exactly when they buy, I will post it on Facebook because I have a lot of customers. I have a lot of friends who buy coffee. So I will just post it and say, oh, hey, I have my coffee now at that supermarket. If you can't contact me, you can go there and then buy coffee. So that's what I do.
Hello, my name is Anthony Masako from the Leader School of Study. My question is, I think I heard you talking about exporting. You know, the main challenge that some of our entrepreneurs face in Sierra Leone is the quality of our products. Quality, because when you start exporting, you start exposing yourself to higher competition. So what steps are you taking presently to improve on your quality so that at least it will meet international standards? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. The steps that I'm taking now is trying to improve the packaging. Get a better packaging so at least make it very unique, attractive to customers. And then from there, I will start and I will go like to because I'm not getting my business is registered. My business is registered because as long as you register your business, then you go through the procedure, then you will start. A lot of my friends are calling me, oh, Anna, we need your coffee, we need your coffee in Germany. Oh, a lot. I have it on Facebook. How can you get it? How can you we can get your coffee? We want coffee. So at least if I increase the packaging and increase the sales, because from the sales here in Sierra Leone, I will have more and money to at least go through the procedure and then start exporting the coffee. I answer your question.
We have time for one feedback and one question. Someone has time for one feedback and one question. Someone has some feedback for Hannah? Okay.
Yes, Hannah. Very good endeavor. But can I ask you a question? Do you drink your coffee? Do you like your coffee?
Yes, sure, I drink my
I
coffee.
can see the passion about the business, but do you really like coffee?
Yes, I like coffee and I drink coffee and I even drink it today.
I think we all have done so.
Thank you so much. That's really great. Let's give Hannah another round of applause. Our next entrepreneur is Fatim Wright. She is the owner or founder of Fatim Products, and they produce supermarket quality Sierra Leonean snacks. Fatim, let's give her a round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Fatim Wright. I am the owner of this product you buy in the supermarket. I did Benny, groundnut cake, sugar coated peanuts. I did cheese donuts. I grew up with my elder sister. She taught me how to do the snacks since I was in school. As a housewife, I was finding difficulties to run my home because my husband's income was too small to meet our demands at home. So I started baking meat pie. I sell them in schools, hospitals, offices. But I found out that it was so exhausting for me, so I decided to make a change. I asked God for His directions. I prayed over it. I made to work one day, thinking to what I will do next. my own experience, I can do that better. So immediately I go home, I do the practical. I make few of the berry cakes, the groundnut cake, and the other products. I take the venture to go to the supermarkets. I explain myself. I introduce my products. I said, this product is packing products. You can try them and buy them. You see the quality of it. But I said, oh, your products are too expensive. And those in the street are cheaper. I said, yes, there is a big difference. My own is expensive because I did the packaging, I put them into plastics. I put my cakes into cups. So even if you don't want now, the first time I found it difficult with them, but I don't mind it. I said, okay, here is a sample. Take this sample now, have a taste of it. You get the quality and the difference between mine and those at the streets. So I go home. I make the venture the next day. I go back and talk to them. So at the end of the day, they give me open hands. I thank God for that. And for now, packing products are everywhere. I started with monoprix, Tritrams, at loading streets, scooter road, totals. I started with them with 5 packets each of my products. I send them there, they go faster. I did 10 the next week, they go faster. I do 15, I did 20, and now I can say I can do 3 plus 400 packets per month. I go further. And now I'm all over Freetown. So my own focus now is I need rebranding of my packages. That's my challenge. I need packages for my products. I need a project site because all of these I did them at home. I did them with my family. But if I have a project site, I think I can employ workers, at least for them to be creative, innovators for their own future. I need raw materials. I think my products, it's another helping hands for our agricultural sector in Sierra Leone because there are more of our local crops. So if I have raw materials, the accessibility of raw materials, I think my products can be better. I can go in the provinces, I buy some of them. I can go, I meet the farmers. I need this penny farm, I need this granite farm, I need this coconut farm, but with finance. I need finance for my business. I need finance so that my business can move from a small scale to a large scale business. I need my products to be international. Despite now, yes, I'm making products for some people when they come for holidays, going back, they need my products. They call on me, Fatim, we need your products. I prepare them for them. Oh, I thank God for that. But I need more of that. I need my product to be international. I need good quality of my products. I need, like the Beni, it states, or it entails a lot. You have to ferment it over the night. You pounded it in the morning. You wash it to get up the first layer. You wash it with plenty of water. I need water. Despite, yes, my products, since I started, let me say 3 to 4 years now, I've gained something. With this, my product, I've bought, a piece of land. So inside my land, I can get my project site. I can get water wells. I can get a bakery. I need bakery, to do some of my stuff. Yeah, business-oriented person doesn't mean that you should be, with all the degrees, with all, the PhDs or masters. I'm a O-level student, housewife with 3 children. I thank God, Business is all about you have a set mind on your own. You focus, you determine, you know what you want, you go for it, then you take what you want. Yeah, this is business. So I thank you all this night. I appreciate you for you to give me your ears. I know you and I can connect to do something better. I thank you all.
Round of applause for Fatim. Didn't even skip a beat when we had that 3 second of technical difficulties. Fatim is a pro. That was super inspiring and amazing. Let's start off with some feedback. Does anyone have feedback for Fatim? No feedback? How about questions? Does anyone have questions? Okay, we have a question in the back.
Thank you very much, Fatim. My name is Mohammed.
Thank you.
This is very impressive, and I think I just got myself a client here because I'm a marketing professional. And just a few feedback. Probably this will also go for the first speaker. And for startups in this market, I think you should operate with a very lean marketing strategy. And Facebook and social media, not just Facebook, is something you can leverage. And certainly you will have a very good result if you leverage social media. And how are you going to do this? For instance, you named very key supermarkets in this market which are very popular and which we consider to be elitist outlets. You have to use this to endorse your product. Let's say, for instance, you have a monopoly supermarket and you posted this on your Facebook page that you can find my products in monopoly supermarket. And somebody like Lincoln Roy Macaulay tried your product, trying to get a photo of Lincoln Roy Macaulay. He is considered as an expert in sales and distribution. So if he buys your stuff, that means he can endorse that product to be good and then of good quality and good price. That has a long way to go with you. Start now by having a Facebook page and an Instagram account. Build a very robust online audience and then try to reach them and engage with them on a daily basis. And you may get more feedback on this, and probably I can even do a free digital marketing strategy for you for 12 months. Come to my office at 48 Crawford Street and we can talk about this. Yeah?
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I do many of my products, St. Mary's, Churchlands, Adnan, Freetown, Totals, and so on. You can name it. Thank you.
Do we have other questions for Fatim? Anyone else have any questions? No? Yes? Brief questions.
Hello.
Yeah?
My name is Karimba. I've said that your products are available in these supermarkets, mainly in the West. And like my brother said, they are very high-end. Have you thought about trying to really reach out just other parts of the city and other parts of the country from the low end or people who are not that rich to access it? By the way, how much for the penny, for example?
The belly packets, you mean? You mean the belly packet?
Yes.
Yeah, it goes for 5,000. I need a vehicle because my products are just for Freetown in the city. But if I have a delivery van, I know because I can reach the provinces to share my products to all the supermarkets and the provinces. So I need a vehicle. And I can also, introduce my products to the grassroots level. Anyway, yes, I've done it. I've done it. I even go to offices, I go to schools, up till now, I can do that. Thank you.
I think we have time for one more question. Does anyone have one question? Okay, in the back.
So I'm Mohammed, and very impressed with what you managed to pull out with so far. What I wanted to ask you was, your products are pretty much similar to what products are sold in the local markets. Have you ever considered trying to maybe your Benin cakes or your granat cakes or whatever, try to have your own kind of twist to them? Maybe add some honey in them, maybe put a hint of some other kind of herb, ginger, etc. Just try to give it your own kind of taste. This way, not only is it because you package your product, it's also because it's different and it's unique from the other products in the local market.
Okay, I appreciate that. I like that advice. I'll try to do that. I'll try to do that so that there will be a great difference between mine and those in the streets. Thank you very much.
Let's give Christina a big round of applause. It's a great question. Our next entrepreneur is Regina Clarkson. She is the founder of Clarkson Cupcakes, and she makes cupcakes. And she's here, and she's up next. Where is Regina? There you are. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I am Regina Love Clarkson, a civil engineering student at the Mutsumagai College, Congo course, and I'm the owner and founder of Clarkson Cupcakes. Well, it feels so good to say that. Clarkson Cupcakes is a new and a small pastry business that just entirely deals with cupcakes for now, and it's also a subdivision of Smart Investment. As a 17-year-old, I am very passionate about public speaking and youth empowerment and development and also artistic talent. So my dream is to open the first cupcakery with it, which is a combination of cupcakes and bakery, or the first cupcake shop in Sierra Leone, hopefully this year. And not only will it serve as a space where people could come in and enjoy yummy cupcakes, but it will also serve as a space where young people could come in and share their thoughts, talents, ideas, and also arts and talents, yes. And also motivational speakers will come in and give them meaningful knowledge to help them grow better for a better tomorrow and a better Sierra Leone. Also, I think it's much more effective when a young person stands as an ambassador to other young people than when an elderly person stands as an ambassador to a young person. So I want to be that young ambassador. Yes, so it will be more effective, and I'm passionate about that, so yes. So now, Clarkson Cupcakes, how did it all start? I call it a miracle and a blessing. Because I was on my way home from the supermarket on New Year's Eve, and as I passed the SSL chicken place at Hill Station, it occurred with the cake mix on my hand, which I originally bought for the family to, enjoy on New Year's Day. It occurred to me that I could bake and sell cupcakes. Yes, I could. So the first point I had as a starting point was the SSL chicken place, but I got rejected there. But luckily for me, I got accepted at the Lebanese International School and for my product to be sold there, and that's Mr. Joe. And over there is like the staff at Limon College, where I also extended to after a week of successful sales at the Lebanese International School, and that's Ms. Sheku, all smiley faces for my cupcakes. Yes, okay, and so our growth today. 13 to 40 cupcakes are being sold every 2 days, and about 120 to 135 cupcakes are being sold weekly. And not only do we get, not only are Clarkson Cupcakes available at the schools, but we also have individuals, and we also receive orders from individuals and NGOs like SOVA. Now, the future. As I said earlier on, my dream is to basically open the first cupcake shop in the country. And of course, to achieve all of that, I'm going to need like a bakery, a good shop space, workers, and so much more. And eventually that will lead me to, asking for financial aid and everything like that. But as of now, being here in a place full of business experts, food processing and packaging expertise, and also potential customers, potential mentors, I could only ask if, well, not all, but some of you to get on board and help me with advice and ideas as to how to, develop on the business, because I am new. I'm an engineering student, so I'm new in the business world and everything. So if I could get potential, or if I could get mentors to come on board and help me, or for advice on food packaging and food processing, and business experts, get a life mentor along the line. And yes, and also free samples are at the back on the table, so you can have a free sample and take a flyer also. I just really need more customers. So you can try out a few samples and hopefully get customers. And by the end of the year, maybe in October, that's my back month, maybe the cupcake shop will be open by then. But either way, that's the plan. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much. That was great. Any questions for Regina? Okay, we have a question in the back.
So why is it so true that a prophet is not known in his own or our hometown? So why not meeting a guy? You're talking about Lebanese school, Le Mount. Why not meeting a guy?
Oh yes, sure. I do. Yes, of course. My friends do order cakes and
Good.
yeah, of course.
Hello. Sorry, I have some feedback. Quick question. How long have you been making your cupcakes? One. And two, are you still using the box mix?
No.
Okay.
I make my cupcakes from scratch. The mix are way too expensive to, do that for business. So, and also, I started about 2 months ago. Yeah, I started in January actually.
And you're still a full-time student?
Yes, absolutely.
So my question is, do you think you can manage a shop at this stage?
Well,
thinking about operational costs, thinking about fixing your product to make it the best before you reach a larger market.
Yeah.
And the time going to school and making it.
As of now, it's like my dad said, it's perfect planning. All we have to do is planning. I mean, at first I didn't even think that I would be able to, go to school and do business at the same time. But with perfect planning, you can do anything. Trust me, you can do anything. So when that time comes, I believe I will find a way as to, how to manage a shop and, still go to school. So, yes.
Hi. I just had a question. I know you do cupcakes, but I know the world is turning to a lot of healthy eating and stuff. Have you got any, have you thought of any products that might be like sugar-free? Have you gone into that at all? Just now?
Yeah, well, I'm starting to, I'm working on doing a sugar-free or less sugary cupcake, do it with honey and maybe sweetener or something. So yes, I'm working on that, doing a sugar-free or less of a sugar kind of cupcake.
It's, done it. There are one is regarding the cake. Are you kind of having a room for another person who is much more younger? She's around 9 years, but she can do decorate cakes. Perfect. That is her husband. So if it's open, then that's one. And then with regards the person that's considering your time and your classes. Okay, and the business part and the private. You said you are in right? Then it means that you don't have the whole 24 hours in college, and then you can schedule yourself. And because it is a business going on a larger scale, you're possibly going to have your family back in here, and then you have potential workers. You said all what you have to say for the day. And then go for your classes. So I wish you well, and then we'll stay in contact because we are also a marketing agency at Dundas Street, Planeta Consequence. So I've already taken your number. I'll stay in touch.
Yes. To answer to the first question you asked about the 9 years old, I want to say yes, I'm somebody who's really passionate about young people with, artistic talents aside the, the normal stuff, go to school, get your degree and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, people with artistic talent, I'm really into that. So yeah, if she's 9 years old, she's young and she can decorate cakes, then, I mean, if everything seems fine, yeah, she can come on board. That's what I'm all about.
All right. Thanks, Ms. Claxon, an engineer in the south. I wish I could have such cake over there. I just wanted to know the ingredients that are embedded in the cake and the cost of it, please. Thank you very much.
Well, actually, I have a few fuzz at the back on the table, so on your way out, you can just grab one, and yeah. And the ingredients, I mean, just the normal ingredients for cakes and all the rest for the different flavors and recipes. So it's just normal, you know, flour, the butter, sugar, eggs. Anyone else? Finally, I just want to say, feel very free to take my contact. Jason, could you just put that up again? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, just feel very free to take my contact. Thank you all.
Let's give Regina a big round of applause. Entrepreneurs presentation set up, but it's Ali Bangura of Wangu Holdings. They're a passion fruit farm and juice producer.
Good evening, all. I'm here for Wangu Holdings. As Wangu Holdings is an agricultural-based company here in Freetown, Sierra Leone. And it's being represented here by I myself, Ali Bangura, together with my well-able boss here, the founder and owner of the company, Patrick Cole. If I can just recap back from His Excellency's end of year speech, which he clearly stated that he wants Sierra Leoneans to embark on agriculture as which that can help boost our economy and self-individual reliances and development. And since we as Wangu have been recognized as an agricultural company, this is why we organically grow and process the passion fruit juice here in Freetown, Sierra Leone. The passion fruit is a high-valued exotic with immense fruit nutritional benefits containing a high amount of dietary fiber, vitamins A, C, etc. The fruit contains a high amount of antioxidant that's known to be useful in protection against cancer. We saw a lot of opportunities that led us into this. Ever since in the history of this country, our people have been lacking the drink of a naturally, locally made juice, fruit juice of Sierra Leone. It's either they drink a concentrate made in Sierra Leone juice or an exported one from Lebanon or elsewhere with a lot of chemicals and preservatives. And since we as an agricultural company known as Wangu have thought it fit that it's time to change the mindset of our people with supplying them with this natural and locally made fruit juice, which is the passion fruit juice, to satisfy their thirst with it. And we have nothing to do with pride when it comes to take this locally made fruit juice to the doorsteps of our consumers, because we consider them as our bosses. The moment you consider a consumer as your boss, that's the first step of your success in business. And this is what we want to do. We consider them as our own bosses. Come on, you can't be watching a movie without knowing its beginning. It all started way back in 2013 when we just had a 1 acre farm or so at Regent with an unveiled and unsealed demo juice product sold 4,000 milliliters per day in the streets of Freetown. And ever since we've introduced these juices, these fruits, to a lot of renowned offices, both, NGOs and government offices, like Sobas, NRA, Fresh Saloon, and a lot more, we've created a sealed package of our highly flavored and nutritious passion fruit juice, sold on average of 1,000 milliliters per day in office and educational institutions in Freetown. sales revenue of more than 4 million leons a month, cultivating a new acre farm at number 9, Village Sungu. We have sold all harvested produce juice to date. You know, if Sierra Leone have never been successful in agriculture, then Wangu is here to make Sierra Leone become successful in agriculture. And if Sierra Leone have ever been successful in agriculture, then Wangu is here again to make it more successful. We want to see Sierra Leone fly high with agricultural products. We want to be like Ghana, Nigeria, and elsewhere. But how can we, with the support of you, our consumers? But now, here the future holds. We've got enough seeds to ramp up production if even in a 40 or 50 acre land of farm. But how can we do that without your support? We need you. New 4 acre farms, ready, which will be ready by May for production. A new capacity of 5,000 milliliters per day. Newly packaged, affordable, organic, fresh, and natural passion fruit juice in the market. But now, we can't just go into the future without knowing what the future holds. At least you've had it. But now this is what we lack and we need it. With this, we can succeed in growing agriculture. And if you support us, you can be proud of us and we'll be proud of you too. We need marketing experts for new branding and packaging, distribution partners, financing for product testing and creation, financing for operational cost salaries, agricultural inputs, farm instruction. I thank you all. This is how I hold on my peace button. Thank you for audience.
Thank you so much, both of you. That was great. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Okay, we have a question in the back.
Hello. Thank you very much for such a business idea. I understand you do sell 100,000 milliliters per day. And I want to know, how do you do the packaging? I mean, if it's in a box or in a can or something in a cup. And also I want to know, if you sell that, how many milliliters are there and what's the cost? Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks for the question. We currently package in a 500 milliliter cup that's sealed, and we've been selling at 5,000 per cup. Initially we started at 3,000, but then there was a change in fuel prices and everything went up like considerably.
Hello, good evening. So I was trying to wonder, you seem like you have everything down packed, and your packaging, is it, you have various type of packaging? Are you doing your own packaging? Because I heard you were asking for packaging. That was one question. The other one is, why do you intend to like get out from passion fruit, or is this passion fruit all the way through?
To answer your first question, we don't have everything down pat. That's the reason why we're here. But to answer your question, it's not all about passion fruit, but at this point it is, because we haven't maximized the distribution and the sales of passion fruit at the moment. You know, so we'll take it all the way passion fruit until we start doing other blends. We have actually started meeting and discussing with food technologists and people that are capable to help us in creating other blends. So they'll do like passion tamarind, for example, passion, possibly some citrus.
Good evening. My name is Lincoln. Hi. You mentioned very, very good products. I have a passion for, well, possibly have a passion for products that are sugar-free, because I watch my sugar. You mentioned that you require distribution assistance. May I just have an idea of what exactly you require with regards to distribution?
Okay, Lincoln. Any further questions?
based on your answer, then I know.
Okay. At the moment, we're doing door-to-door sales, primarily birthdays, weddings, events per se. That's how we started. We started in offices, and we've just basically maintained the offices and the events. We would like to get into more like institutional sales. You know, we have met and discussed with partners, actually in advanced discussion, whom have relationships with businesses, hotels.
I'm more than willing to offer, because I have a passion for distribution and payment systems, and I'm also involved in formalizing the informal sector. What that means is most people run to supermarkets for distribution of their products, but I believe it can be done in an African manner.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, I believe in utilizing kiosks and small informal retail points to maximize and scope your distribution. So I'll offer my services.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on that, because in the ecosystem we're in, a lot of people are scared of supermarkets and that they think they're too expensive, and that's like one of a hindrance to people getting products from supermarkets. So sometimes it's better to just go direct to the consumers.
Okay. Thank you, Skarime. My advice would be to focus on the small restaurants and the cookery shops. Have you tried to go there? Because they're there. So I think, like, just in connection with African way of distributing, I think we should not just focus on these high-end things. Go to the market, to the restaurants and the cookery shops, and ensure that they're there. People want it, and they are sold to people when they come in to eat. This is a salon-made product. It's made in salon. It's passion fruit. Can you try it? You should have it in every restaurant and cookery shop, at least in Freetown for now, and then move out.
Right, that's a great advice.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Good evening. I'm Dalton Roberts, marketing manager, network marketing manager at Royal Products Company. I want to ask, because when it comes to juice drinking, I think most people who like to drink juice most, if based on my research and all as a marketer, most people have excess weight. I don't know if you can think about something new, like to rebrand this juicing, to get something like, a juice, so it will be going for people who has a kind of weight, so it could decrease their weight. I don't know, you can make the differences, because I think when it comes to juice drinking, most people who have this kind of digestive problem, they have to go for juice. I don't know how you can think of that.
I'm not sure about the relation between juice and overweight specifically, but what I can tell you, what we can do to help is provide a natural and as healthy a product as is possible, and hope that you don't overconsume that product, because no matter what it is, even if it's water, if you drink too much, you're gonna get some negative effects. So one has to take responsibility for their being,
Great questions, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's give them another round of applause. Our last entrepreneur, certainly not least, but the last entrepreneur presenting tonight is Bakari Brima, founder of Tropical Mark Chili Pepper. They are a pepper farm and pepper, curry, and paste processor. Bakari? Let's give him a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bakari Brima, founder of Tropical Mark Chili Pepper. Tropical Mark Chili Pepper is an indigenous business, innovation, providing service in creating fresh and dry chili pepper to supply hotels and restaurants. Our huge potential market for chili pepper is 87% want chili every day, and chili is only available on prepare in local market. A lot of constraints involved in processing chili pepper, so you can see there is a high demand of ready-to-use, hygienic, well-packed processed chili. 79% want it processed, but no availability. As a business, our solution is to produce pepper puree and pepper paste products using the best of our variety in chili pepper farm. As you can see, we intend to produce organic farming method with superior quality and taste, in clean processing and well-packed. Our business started in 2014, selling raw product from the farm, and we invested into the business to build up the business in registration, branding, etc., etc. We have 180 agents and commercial partners. We employ 5 full staffs and 10 part-timers during harvest and farm preparation period. In 2016, we have revenue of 27 million. Our next step is to increase production to meet demand. We are planning to increase our farm size of 10 acres and production of 400 bags. We want to launch our new product to include pepper paste and pepper powder in June 2017. Our long-term goal is to export regional and global market. We ask for preservation and packaging method, marketing and branding support, potential customer distribution, access to funding for processing equipment. So, any question? Yeah, my team, sorry. My team, Bokari Boyma founder, career farmer, degree in business information technology, come from a family background. Suleiman Mansari controls the money. He's not here now, that he's in college doing his studies. So thank you all.
Let's give Bakari a round of applause. That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any questions? Okay.
Hi, I have 2 questions. One is, do you grow pepper as well as process it, or do you only process? Because there seems to be a lot of pepper on the local market. And then the second question is, producing chili oil.
We grow chili, but we choose the best variety chili type, conducible for Sierra Leone people, for export purposes. What we are doing here is, the farming is just another aspect of production by which we can generate finance to sponsor some of our business functions. In value additional stage, we just intend to close the gap between everyday processing to instant consumer applications.
Any other questions?
I'm actually thinking where are the health benefits you haven't, because I think it's very important that you, in your marketing, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, your competitive advantage is that it's processing, that's what your marketing message is. I think you can do much more by going down the path of the health benefits of eating chili. So if you can do that, you might, yeah.
Before our processing idea started, we are very much curious about our health benefits. So we find out that chili pepper have capsaicin quality, it's bacteria free, cholesterol free also, and the salt vitamin A, vitamin C are very much interesting for everyday consumption.
Any other questions?
I know pepper is a perishable good, and I think my question is, what are you to the preservation aspect of it? Because I've observed that most of Sierra Leonean products do not have product dates and expiring dates. So people most of the time, consumers are afraid to purchase products at a certain time. So what are you doing to preserve to a certain stage? And do your product have an expiring date? Thank you.
Well, before we could start the business in 2013, we started with $100 and 3-acre pepper farm, actually, and we are more on research and preservation and methods. So we developed a formula which is production concept, Formula 1 X1, which is the chili, dry chili into paste or the fresh chili into puree. But my preservation and methods are secret.
One more? We have time for one more question or comment. Anyone have anything? No? Okay.
Too much. I just want to make one general comment. I think we have a lot of most of our businesses as early as soon as they start the business, they start to think about excellence. You know, I think that in Serbia we have to start to conquer our own local markets and control it. We have to, exports comes later. I think in general, let's find a way to ensure that our people consume what we produce. That's the first thing we have to do. Let's have kind of economic nationalism. We produce what we need. That's the first stage of prosperity. Yeah. I think then we can export later. This is my general thinking. Once we are able to, develop our market and people are enjoying it and we have mastered the skill, our own secrets, recipes and all of them, then we have easy.
All right, thank you. Chili is more of universal, okay? What we are doing here is we are trying to conquer our local market because from our research, market research programs, 87% use the product every day. 79 want it processed. I think from 100% of our consuming customers, we believe there are also 79% of these guys want it processed. So 7 million population, if I could give you a short theory, Sierra Leone is 7 million population, and we believe everybody, actually, every household is consuming this product, hotels, restaurants, but they have a lot of constraint in processing. So we believe by controlling this processing method and giving them a ready-to-use product, we can have the domestic product better.
Thank you so much. Let's give Bakari a round of applause. That concludes the presentations, and these entrepreneurs worked very hard to be here today and put this pitch together for you guys. So let's please give them all a very large round of applause for their hard work and their excellent presentation. We're going to continue the program now by introducing Morris Mara and Francis C. George. Morris is from the Sensi Hub, and he's going to share a couple of words. Francis is with the Global Entrepreneurship Network, and they're going to speak a little bit about what they're doing because it's incredibly associated with and related to the work that we're doing as well. Morris?
Thank you, Angela. Francis, are you coming up? I work at the Sensi Innovation Hub. We're based in Aberdeen, and we are trying to set up a business in the social innovation space, in the youth entrepreneurship space, and the civic tech engagement space. It's been about a year since we've set up, and in 6 months setting up in this space, we've grown rapidly. At the moment, we're trying to manage that growth and continue to look at how we can have impact in the areas that we've chosen to set up our business in. We've worked with a lot of the entrepreneurs that you've seen here today. We've worked with a lot of the organizations that are here today to really try to bring about a message about collaboration for entrepreneurship and collaboration to look at challenges in our society. And we want to keep doing that. So about 6 or 7 months ago, when we encountered SOBA, we really wanted to discuss with them how we can set up an ecosystem building program that was independent and driven by the community. Since then, we've had several events together that have been very interesting. We've done the Unreasonable Lab, through which some of these entrepreneurs that you've seen today have come through. By the way, the improvement that we've seen today in how they present, how they talk about their business is amazing for me to see. Because the first time I met someone like Hannah that did the coffee stuff, she could barely utter a word about what she was doing. Bakari, who does the pepper stuff, the first time I met him as well, he could barely speak about what he's doing and things like that. And also seeing guys like Wangu come through and stand here today and talk about their vision, it's really good for us to see. And this is the kind of stuff we want to see grow out of the ecosystem and the communities we've been engaging. So for us, our interest in this specific project, this overall idea, is to see how we can create strategic partnerships with important partners such as SOBA and any other entities that will come in to boost the private sector in Sierra Leone, to work together to really grow a generation of entrepreneurs that have lost out on so many of these opportunities to grow as entrepreneurs in Sierra Leone. So I wouldn't talk for longer. I'll pass on to Francis Stephen George to say his speaks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Maurice has met a lot of people. I haven't met any of you except a few. I'm new. I've only been in Sierra Leone 8 weeks, but I was born here. Been away for 30-something years. Let me give you a few numbers. 60% of the population of Africa, which is getting close to a billion, are young people between the ages of 24 to 40, World Bank statistics. Africa has to create probably like 80 million jobs a year if we have to solve our developmental problems. You can be sure of one thing: government is not going to do it. The private sector is doing it. And because most of our economies are, somewhere between solutions, you have to invest in entrepreneurship. There is no way out to do it. Those of us who are over 50 years of age and who've been fortunate to study entrepreneurs, Africa has been behind because we have not encouraged, we have not given the opportunities. Make no mistake, there are entrepreneurs in Sierra Leone, but these are businessmen. They are not the entrepreneurs we look for. The people we look for are the people who sort like white people. These are the people that are going to propel the economies of Africa and of Sierra Leone. I represent the Global Entrepreneurship Network, which is one of the 6 parties based in Washington. And what we do is to work with people like Maurice, SOBA, by running a series of programs, about 19 programs. One of the most well-known is the Global Entrepreneurship November. Essentially celebrates entrepreneurship. We also do a lot of research so that it's not just talk, but we actually have methodologies and data to back up statistics like 9 out of 10 jobs are created by small businesses. This is not just this is well researched, documented. We've only just got going in Sierra Leone. We have a board which consists of Sheikh Afona, Amadou Seri is the manager of finance alone, and Asikwangura. We've met with SOCA and we're building a lot of contacts with the ecosystem members. It's rather fragmented, but yeah. So, this is me. I'm around, and you'll be seeing more of me, and we'll be having more events with you. So, thank you very much, and it's truly inspiring tonight. Thank you.
Morris and Francis, thank you both so much. We really appreciate it. The next part of the program, before we wrap up, is going to be a conversation with Dr. Zed Bassoon, who's the CEO of Benimix, and it's going to be a conversation with Jacqueline Davies from the SOBA program. She's one of the intervention leads for SOBA, and they're going to have a brief conversation about Dr. Bassoon, Benimix, and his business. Let's give them a round of applause.
And I have with me, as Angela said, Dr. Zed Bassoon. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Pleasure to be here tonight.
Dr. Bassoon is the founder and CEO for Benimix Food Company. And Doc, we would like to know the Benimix story. Why and when did Benimix start?
I am the CEO for the Benimix Food Company. I'm not really the founder. When I look, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm not the founder of the Benimix Food Company. I think when I look around here, there's a few of us who are over 50 or 60. You're all young enough to remember what Benimix is. Some of them have been actually well fed on Benimix. It's a household name. But a brief introduction to it, this is very pertinent to the event here tonight, about entrepreneurship, innovation. This was a need taught by the Food FAO, which is a UN body, the Food and Agriculture Organization, and Social Services, when they looked at it and said, back in the 70s, things were very hard, but there were a lot of maternal and child morbidity, which is people getting sick, and mortality dying. So what can we do? And one of the interventions was obviously nutrition. And that's how Benimix came into being. So it was actually established in the 70s, and then later became the Benimix Food Company in the 80s. Still with government, and in 95 is when I bought it. So that's the brief history of the Benimix Food Company.
Okay, Doc, thank you. We would also like to know what are the greatest challenges in running a business in Sierra Leone?
Well, this is different now to the Benimix Food Company because the challenges I think are common to all of us here. And over we look at reasons why we are not really progressing fast in terms of entrepreneurship or businesses, and as I say, self-sustainable businesses as well. And it all has to do with finance as well. Good projects are there are plenty. We could look at, find them, there, but again, you do need finances to get it going. Financial structure here in Sierra Leone is not conducive to start-up businesses. I'll give you an example. None of our businesses will actually tolerate the interest rates, even if we do get a loan from the bank at 22, 26%. So that is a major obstacle to development. And it's an issue that other countries faced with that kind of constraints, but they have found ways around it. For example, one of the measures is subsidies. We call them subsidies, but Sierra Leone, we don't seem to have that in our vocabulary. And if I look at the EU, the European Union was formed on agriculture, which is what we're all doing here. We're all food processors. It was actually the agricultural subsidy, where government comes along and says, fine, we provide finance and things to get these farming going, crops going, and then you find people utilizing these crops into primary, secondary, and tertiary production, and then you have an industry. So finance is a major issue.
Okay, Doc. What are the most important lessons that you've learned as an entrepreneur in Sierra Leone?
Well, again, one of the most difficult ones, and I think all of us here will agree to it, Sierra Leone is one of the few countries where what is made here is not really well appreciated. I think if you go to other countries like even Guinea, Liberia, Ghana, they make their fruit juices, which you have seen today, very nice. You can't get these, but it's still on the lower end of the market. Instead, we'll go and buy imported ones, which are cartons, and a lot of things are not the same. So we don't appreciate our local production. And coming now back to Benedict's, is that this is all local. It's 100% local. And it's also conducive to getting the one industry we have all been trying to get stimulated, agriculture. So one thing we have and we can start with and work with. And again, I'm pleased to see that we are going back to grassroots levels, getting core ingredients and activities and expanding on them. I know we've all had penny cake and groundnut cake. I went to school with them. We got coconut cake. We haven't had cupcake. But definitely these we had them all the time. But it's always been available, right, as a kind of small cottage industry and sold in the streets. So I'm glad to see, and I think this is one of the things I appreciate working with SOBA, is that they are trying to encourage, and that's forward from that small cottage industry to something slightly bigger. Hopefully it will get bigger and bigger and established. So that's...
Okay, thank you very much. Doc, we see around a lot of imported baby food in town. How are you able to compete with them?
Well, competing with imported baby food is difficult because, as I say, Australians have got a problem with attitude towards made locally. Now, my background is as a scientist and medicine. I'm not even a food nutritionist, but it's on medicine. And I do know the value of the food that is produced, and we call it Benimix. It's been around for 40 odd years now. If it was a bad product, it would not be around. So that is one of the best tried and tested methods for a product. Now, as I said, we have a problem in accepting that because over here, everything that is imported seems to be better than what we have locally. Maybe it's because it's got nice packaging. Maybe because it's got a lot of writings on it. In the baby food aspect, there is the concept of plenty writing makes it look good. It's scientific, it's better. But it's difficult to get the message across that that's not the case. And this is a matter we've, as a company, been trying to take to the policy makers to try and get intervention in place that would protect not so much my market, but the food safety aspect of it. There are a lot of locally imported food, I will not name them, but the one thing they all have in common, for example, when you're feeding your baby 6 to 24 months, the one thing you don't want to give them is sugar. The majority of the imported ones will have 30, some of them 50% of what you buy is sugar. And this is sometimes what, oh, my baby likes this one, that one, but not belly mix, because our sugar content there is very, very low. So we produced, because of a lack of a sophisticated technology, we do not process our food a lot. Now, if you highly process a food, you're looking for a longer shelf life. You're looking for 3-4 years. Now, the only way you could do that is to add a lot of preservatives, a lot of chemicals, a lot of things. We have a unique position here where we have got good, wholesome food that are not that processed. And for me, when you process it that way, you are introducing contamination. So we should capitalize on what we have here. And that's why, as a company again, we are resistant to change a lot our product in getting it processed. I'll give you one more example of a processed food. We have got an imported food that everybody uses over here. It could be a rice-based, wheat-based, corn-based. And if you look at it, it's all nice white because it's so clean. It's so processed that you strip everything out of it and then put something back again. So, in essence, we are really trying to, I would say, is that we have got good material to work with. It is us, as entrepreneurs or businessmen, to capitalize that potential and make it better for us to accept it.
Finally, what advice would you give to startup businesses?
Well, I was going to say, when we're talking about entrepreneurship, I think there are some experts, entrepreneur consultants here. But the one thing that is common with all entrepreneurship is this. It's not a PhD, as Fatih would say. It's not, even if you want to do a PhD, you would not be able to do some of the things. So entrepreneurship, you've got to have passion. You've got to believe in what you're doing. There are a lot of obstacles in your way. Finance is one of them. Market is a second one. Because as you say, how can you compete with imported things that are cheap when the other countries are actually subsidizing them? But that is what you can only carry on doing that if you feel very passionate about what you're doing. So enthusiasm, passion in what you believe in and what you're doing, I would say goes a very long way in your business. The rest of it, I'm sure you'll find experts, marketing experts, other experts to help you do your planning for your business planning, your banks, getting loans, your family helping you with collaterals. This is a normal textbook thing, but the entrepreneur is actually not made, he's born with it and he sees it and he's got the passion for it. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you will not succeed. You might make money, but it's not going to be the right approach. So you need to believe in what you are doing. And for me, I definitely believe in what I am doing. I could have made a lot of money doing everything else besides what I'm doing right now.
That will be available immediately after the session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bassoon, for that, and very inspiring words indeed. Thank you so much. Jacqueline, thank you for that conversation. Let's give them both a round of applause. That concludes the program this evening. I want to thank you all again so much for coming to the inauguration of Freetown Pitch Night. This event is going to take place on a monthly basis, so we hope that you will all come back out and continue to support these amazing entrepreneurs. Each Freetown Pitch Night is going to feature a different theme. So tonight was food processing, and the next one will have a different theme. So we will keep you all posted via email, social media, online, etc. on our website of when the next date will be. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone who came together to help make this happen. And that includes the Global Entrepreneurship Network, the Sensi Innovation Hub, Benamix, thank you so very much. We have everyone at Sierra Leone Opportunities for Business Action SOBA program, which the team that helped organize this on a daily basis, a lot of work, so thank you guys for that. And the iLab component, which is powered by the SOBA program. Let's please give a round of applause to all the entrepreneurs one more time, because they did a really great job. So we're going to wrap up, and also the Impact Hub in Freetown, so thank you as well. Didn't want to leave that out. So now is time to eat more food and network amongst each other. If you have questions, additional questions for the entrepreneurs, please feel free to ask them. They're still around. And enjoy the bar and enjoy the evening. Thank you again so much.